The title of this will be I wrote a book. Here's what I've learned so far. I'm done writing it. It will be out in the spring. It is the first thing I would tell you that everyone says, and it's annoying, is these two words: just write. Seriously, if that's you, turn this video off now and start writing. If you're still here, your first draft should be bad. I just started writing and I had a bunch of kind of all over the place writing samples, this and that. I created a few outlines. I rewrote my manuscript entirely about 5 or 6 times because there's so many partial things like that. One take, not looking at any other material, just one take. Every night I wrote 1,000 words for this draft. Then those 1,000 words eventually became 72,000 words. I used that 72,000 words not as my manuscript because it was written quickly and just so I'd look at that almost as my outline. And I'd look at that draft in one window and then have my next writing window open. And I would read it, and then I would take the time to really write what had been written, if that makes any sense. Take it and give it everyone's different, but my drafts was very conversational. I was writing the way I speak, and I was like, this is meant to be read, not heard. Although I'm sure, but now what I'm gonna do later is make an audiobook, but that doesn't matter. I want this to look like a piece of literature. So that was just the way I was going through it and rewriting it. And now that draft became my draft. And this draft then, just read it over and over, add, subtract, this and that. It's up to you. Thing number 2 is read. Just the more you read, the more you're able to understand who you are as a writer, because you know what you are, you know what you're not, you know where you fit in between. You become a tapestry of the threads of everything you read, and it's a beautiful thing. And it's just good. It just feels great too. Reading is just so fun, and it's why would you enter a conversation in books if you're not listening as well? You're going to have to mine. And if you think about your ideas that are well written, like gold in coal or stone, that you have to dig through the stone to get to the gold, but you can't just go right to the gold. So you have to mine through other minerals, and the other minerals is your bad writing. So the more, it's like you have to go through this wall of bad writing to get to your golden nuggets, and the only way to do that is to get through the bad writing. So you're gonna sit down and write, and you're gonna make bad things, and it's going to make you're gonna know it's bad, but you're gonna want good writing, and you know that the good writing is in you, but all that bad writing has to get purged. So you have to sit there and go through the painstaking, enduring chore of just doing bad writing for, in my case, maybe 10 years since I wrote this crap over and over and over, and until I thought it was what I call readable, edible food, readable material. And I look at my previous drafts and they weren't, but I felt good about them at the time. So it's good to take that time. You may feel good about your writing now, but then look at it in a few weeks or a month or however long, and then you can really get a sense for your flaws as a writer, because after some time away from your document, and then you come back to it, you're able to look at it not as an extension of yourself, but as a standalone article, and that lets you be critical of yourself in an honest way. I think everyone should read at least the elements of style, and just to know how to use a comma, because knowing about how you're going to technically write helps you craft good sentences. As I go forward in the publishing, I can do more of these and talk about it, but I just figured, I did write a book, and I know that there are people who want to write books and they're looking for resources that can talk, and maybe what I can say about writing can speak to you, even though I haven't made a cent on writing. I've endured no success on writing, but I've been committed to writing for some time, and I'm about to, pretty soon I'm gonna have a book that's published, and maybe my thoughts on writing before I'm corrupted by it being a capital endeavor might be beneficial for anyone else who's interested in writing.